Okay, what's good, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about a multi-step equations. Okay, in order to really tackle what in the world's going on with this name, y'all. All right, let me put this back in here. Multi-step equations. Now listen, in order to tackle what we're about to do, you need to have mastered one-step equations. Okay, two-step equations, and feel really good about it. If you do not feel good about those, go back and do the two-step equation video. If that one sucks and you really don't feel good about it, go to my one-step equation videos. I literally cover every possible combination. It's 5 videos totaling about 2 hours and over 70 practice problems. Please go do those first. Okay, you'll get everything you need there, and when you finish one step, you'll be able to do two-step, and when you can do two-step, then you are ready for what this is, which is called multi-step. I'm gonna go pretty fast in this video because I have assumed that you have literally hit the other 5 videos and you feel good about this and you just need help with multi-step. Okay, this will not be a hard concept, as the way I present it makes it pretty digestible. Okay, let's get started. Here we go. All right, so for multi-step equations, let me start you off with something you should already know to be able to even touch this. 5x plus 10 equals 25. If you cannot do this problem, go back and do two-step. And when you get to two-step, if that's good to go, once you're good to go from there, then you can come back here. If you cannot do two-step, no problem. Do one-step first. Remember, come see us. We come to PE every day, Monday through Thursday, 1st through 6th period. Come on, see us, and come early in the morning. That's the best time to do math. I know you may not feel like it, but that's the best time. If you want to come during elective, ask your teacher. They got passes. You can get a pass from me in this elective building, no problem. If you want to come from one of your teachers in the main building, ask them to use their pass. I gave them all passes. It took me weeks to prepare those and print them and get them out, but we did it. Ask them. But make sure you finish your work first. And be ready to come during PE or elective, because odds are, if you're in that main building, you probably need to stay in class. Probably. But hey, if you have some free time, come on. All right? Go ahead and try to work this if you haven't already. Okay? Pause me now if you need to. Otherwise, I'm about to show you the answer to this. Okay? All right. So hopefully you can already work something like this. This says 5x plus 10 equals minus 25. And so hopefully you already know to work the minus 10 first. Okay? Because I showed you how to do that in the last video. And so you end up with 5x equals 15. Okay? And then when you divide both sides by 5, you end up with x equals 3. Okay? Hopefully you already know how to do that. This is a done deal. You already know how to do this. If not, go back and look at those videos and learn. Okay? Or come see us. We're going to help you. All right? But look at those videos first, because if you need to go back, we need to hustle twice as fast. Okay? All right, fine. You already know how to work this. Great. Let me show you the only difference between what you've been doing and what you came here to learn. Here, let me do it in a different color. There we go. The only difference between this bad boy and this bad boy is I put this in there. Putting an x on the other side of the equation. Okay? Alright? Now let me show you something before I show you how to actually work this. If you think about it, so far, every time in all the problems you worked, whether it been two-step, 2x equals 10. Okay? Or sorry, one-step, 2x equals 10. Or two-step, 2x plus 2 equals 10. All of the letters have been on one side of the equation. There have not been letters over here. Okay? There's not been letters. The letters have already been given to you on the same side of the equation. There's only numbers on this side Here, let's do it in a different color. There's only numbers on this side, and the letters are on this side. Now, I know some of you are saying, yeah, but there's numbers over there. Yeah, but you end up subtracting the number and making it to where there's only letters on one side, okay? So fine. So far, in every example you've had so far with algebra, all the letters were already on the left side for you, and you only had numbers on the other side, okay? Multi-step is the first time where they threw letters on both sides, and for some reason that makes people go, oh, I don't know what to do. No problem. Listen, with multi-step, your job is simple. Your job is to go back to making it look like this. You want to take this and make it look like this again, with all the letters on just one side. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Let me put this over here again. Okay, our work is simple. We want to get all the letters. I tell people put it on the left. You don't have to put it on the left. You can put it on the right if you want, but I tell people to put your letters on one side and put all your numbers on the other side. Okay? No mixing, no mixing. Okay? Of course, some of you know the letters by its proper name called variables, but I'd rather you call them letters and know how to work it than try to learn a whole nother name and not know how to work it. I'm not interested in you learning semantics right now. I'd rather you learn how to actually do it. So fine, we're going to put all the letters on the left side and all the numbers on the right side, okay? All right, here we go. Let's start by killing off whatever is not it. And here's what I mean by that. There's only supposed to be numbers over here. What over here is not a number? The plus 4x, okay? And when I say not a number, I mean like if it's touching a letter, then it counts as a letter because 4x means 4 x's. So fine, let's get rid of that 4x. How do you do that, Mike? What is the opposite of adding 4x, y'all? Subtracting 4x. It's the same thing we've been doing. So I'm going to subtract 4x from here, and I'm going to subtract 4x from here. 4x minus 4x is 0, because anything minus itself is 0. The other way to think about it is, when you do the opposite of something, it always cancels out, even if it's a letter. Even if it's a letter. So when you do 4x minus 4x, it cancels. You're left with just 10 on this side, because I haven't done anything with 10. 10 is over here, 10 is innocent. 4x minus 4x got into a bloody war, and the only thing left is 10. Great. I'll bring down the equal sign. And when I say bring down, I just mean I'm copying these things down, because they had nothing to do with this war up here, okay? And then I'm going to bring down the plus 2 because it had nothing to do with that war over there. And 2x minus 4x should be negative 2x, because 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Okay? Alright? So negative 2x plus 2 equals 10 is where I'm at now. This right here should look really familiar. This is simply a two-step equation, y'all. That's a two-step equation. You've seen that before. You know how to work that already. So once you get it down past that first thing by moving the letters to the same side, you're done. And you move letters to the same side by getting rid of it from the other side. Okay? So now let's work this from here. Remember in the previous video, I told you that when you have a two-step equation, just get rid of the plus minus first. So we're going to get rid of this, minus 2. Do it to both sides. Be fair. You must be fair. You end up with negative 2x equals 10 minus 2, which is 8. Now we got to get rid of the negative 2, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. And lo and behold, we have x equals negative 4. Okay? That's it. Once you got here, it should have been much easier. Alright? Let's work another one. Now, if you're not sure what just happened, rewind it back, look at it again. But I'm going to work another one with you slowly before we speed things up. Okay? So if you don't get it yet, just hang tight and let's work another one. Let's do 5x minus 10 equals, actually 15x minus 10 equals 5x plus 15. Alright? Now again, I want to get all the letters on the left side. Because remember, we want to get all the letters on the same side and all the numbers on the same side. I recommend you start by getting rid of the letters. So what I mean by that is, if there is a letter over here, get rid of it. And how do you get rid of things in math? By doing the opposite. So let's subtract 5x from this side, and be fair, you got to do it to both sides. Okay? When you do opposites, you always cancel, even if they're letters, so that is out of the equation. And the only thing left here is a plus 15. Now, plus 15 means positive 15, so I'm just going to write 15. It's already positive. I don't have to put the plus. But if you feel better putting the plus, you can, but you don't have to. All right? And then let's move this minus 10 down because it is innocent. It had nothing to do with any of that. And 15x minus 5x should be 10x's. Because if you have 15x's and you take away 5x's, you should have 10x's left. Okay? Ta-da! This right here should look pretty doable. Okay? That should look doable, guys. Now, let's solve a regular old two-step equation. Let's go plus 10. Let's be fair and do it to both sides. Let's cancel that because we did it opposite, so it cancels. And 15 plus 10 is 25. Now, some of you might be saying, Mike, why doesn't this cancel? Because you didn't do the opposite of plus 15. You wasn't trying to get rid of this. You were trying to get rid of this. Well, Mike, why am I trying to get rid of this? Because remember, you're trying to get the letters alone. That's your essentials, okay? And you use opposites to do that. Now, this 10 is multiplying against the x. So the opposite of multiplying by 10 is dividing by 10. So let's do that. And let's be fair and do it to both sides. And you should end up with some weird fraction. X equals 25 over 10. For those of you who get it and leave it here, I'm not mad at you. I know it's not simplified, but I'd rather you be focused on learning how to do multi-step equations than learning how to do fractions in here right now. One thing at a time. 25 over 10 should be your answer. If you want to simplify it, then this will simplify to 5 over 2. If you did it as decimals, you could do it as 2.5. Okay? Either of these is okay with me. All right? Again, if you stopped here because you were scared of fractions, no problem. Come see me, though, because you can't run from fractions forever. It will bite you eventually. But I'm glad you got this far, and I'm glad you learned multi-step, so that's good enough for me for today. But I need you to have at least gotten this far. Okay? Remember, I recommend you get rid of the letters on this side first by doing the opposite to both sides. That way, you're left with an equation that you actually recognize. Okay? All right, fine. So, let's work some more. Remember, get rid of it on this side first by doing the opposite. And after that, it's just a two-step equation, which you should have mastered before you touched this video. Okay? All right. Let's work some more. Let's do 5x plus 7 equals 3x minus 15. Pause me and give that a try. All right, if you haven't paused me yet, the answer is incoming. And remember, you got to work these to get the confidence. We've got about 7 or 8 more of these that we'll do, okay? All right, here we go. Alrighty, first thing I'm going to do is highlight my target. It's 3x. I want to get rid of him from over there, so I'm going to subtract 3x from over there, and I'll be fair and do it to both sides. All right? This cancels out, because anytime you do the opposite to something, you cancel it out. So we're left with negative 15 over here equals, because you know the minus, you leave that on. I'm going to put down my plus 7 because, again, it's innocent. It had nothing to do with that bloodshed. And now I need to do 5x minus 3x, so that leaves us with 2x. All right? This right here is doable. We've seen these many times before. Let's go minus 7 because that's the opposite of plus 7. We need to get rid of it. Cancels out. That leaves us with 2x equals negative 22. And then let's divide both sides by 2. And we should be left with x equals negative 11. Okay? Piece of cake. Alright, on to the next. Let's do 10x, negative 10x minus 10 equals 3x plus 16. Okay. All right, pause me here and give it a shot. All right, incoming warning, I'm getting ready to work it. If you have not paused me, you need to go ahead and do so. Remember, if you're feeling kind of lost, rewind this video so that you can try to catch it instead of watching all these problems, because watching these problems will not help you. You need to go back to the start of the video, try to work with and work through that, and then tackle this, okay? All right, here comes the answer. All right, here we go. Here's our target. Because I want to get rid of this, I need all the letters on the same side, so I'm going to get rid of all the ones on the right side by doing the opposite. So minus 3x to this side, and I need to be fair and do it to both sides. Alright, when I do that, we end up with canceling this out. This is left with 16 over here. Bring down the minus 10 because it's innocent and didn't do anything. And negative 10 minus 3x should be negative 13x. Now, if you realize you did the negative part here wrong and you got something else for this, like 7x or something like that, go ahead and pause here and erase it and, you know, take a swing at it. Try to finish this problem. But if you're doing okay so far, here's the rest of the steps. We need to do plus 10 to get rid of this right here. So we need to be fair and do it to both sides. And we're going to do negative 13x, because this cancels out, equals 16 plus 10, which is 26. Okay? Negative 13, the opposite of negative 13 times x is negative 13 divided. So we will divide both by negative 13. And we should end up here with, let's keep my colors consistent, x equals negative 2. I brain farted because I was like, dude, I did the colors wrong. Ha! Alright, x equals negative 2. Okay? Alright? Hopefully you're getting the hang of these. Okay? Here is another one to work. Remember to pause me after I write it so you have time to actually work this. Alright, pause me here, give it a shot. Alright, incoming answer. Here we go. Alright, here's our target. Let's paint it. Alright, so we need to do minus x because we need all the letters on the same side. That cancels out. Leave your plus 4 out of that mess. It had nothing to do with that war. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the minus 14. It had nothing to do with that war. And we're left with 4x minus x. If you have 4 x's and you take away an x, all you have left are 3 x's. Ta-da! This right here is workable, guys. That's workable. So what we need to do now is work it like a regular two-step. Let's get rid of this minus 14 because it is crowding our letter and we're trying to get the letters alone. And so this cancels out because we used opposites. 3x equals 18. And then the opposite of multiplying 3 is dividing it. And so thus we are left with x equals 6. Alright? Again! How about some 3x? How about some 3x plus 10 equals 10x minus, I don't know, 11. Okay? Alright, let's try it. Pause me here. Give it a shot. Alright, here we go. Alright, I need to get rid, I'm going to paint my target. Here's my target, painted. Alright, let's subtract 10x from both sides. So we got to be fair. Okay, that cancels. Let's leave our innocent negative 11 out of this bloodshed. Let's bring down to plus 10. Let's go 3x minus 10x for negative 7x. Alright, and then we're at something that's workable. Okay, let's do it. Minus 10 here to cancel that. Minus 10. Let's do negative 10 minus, or sorry, negative 11 minus 10 should be negative 21. Bring down your 7x. It had nothing to do with all that. And then let's solve for x. Okay? Alrighty. These should be feeling pretty good. Let's do another 2. If you need more help, if it is not clear yet, come on through. We're here to help you. Come on through so we can help you out with this stuff, okay? You do not have to carry this alone. Don't carry it alone. You don't have to. There's no reason to. Instead, let us help you out so we can get you where you need to be. 5x, pick up PE every day. Get it from your elective teacher. You can get one from your core teacher if you finish your work. Come on with it. We're happy to help. All right, let's do this. Let's make it look a little backwards, okay? Give this a shot. I'll give you a hint. It doesn't matter what side you put all the letters on as long as all the letters are on one side and all the numbers are on one side. Now you try. All right, here comes the answer. Ready? All right, here we go. Fine. I don't want to get rid of the letter on this side because it's the only thing left over there. And although you can, I'm not going to show you the technique involved with that. Instead, let's get rid of it from this side because we'll still have negative 10 over here. We can actually do something with it. So let's subtract 5x here, and let's subtract 5x here because we still got to be fair. This cancels, leaving us with something to actually work with besides 0, which is negative 10. Put our equal sign, and 10x minus 5x is 5x. Now we simply divide both sides by 5. And ta-da! Just like that, you got x equals, or sorry, I flipped this, you know, and I don't, yeah. We got negative 2 equals x, okay? Because, you know, that cancels. All right, the other way to look at this is to, you know, just flip it around, just be like x equals negative 2, because you can do that, okay? Because negative 2 equaling x and x equals negative 2 are the same statement, okay? Got it? All right, one more. How about 22b plus 10 equals 5b plus 7b plus, I don't know, you know, 90. Sure. Okay, give you a hint on this one. Combine your like terms, bro, and then work it like normal. All right, ready, set, go. All right, pause me here if you haven't already because I get ready to give answers. Alrighty, incoming answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. So fine, for this one, nothing's changed. I just added one extra step in there, no big deal. Let's go ahead and combine all the same things together. Ta-da! Okay, and now let's get all those letters to one side. I'm gonna paint my target. Yoink. Alrighty, minus 12b, minus 12b. I literally think of like in Call of Duty, like you select a target off the map, or you like paint it with a laser, and then you know it gets carpet bombed later. Same thing. It's like you're painting, you know, numbers, and it gets carpet bombed later. It's pretty cool. All right, so fine. Cross that out, and we get 22b minus 12b is 10b. Bring down your plus 10. It is an innocent victim. Has nothing to do with any of this. Bloodshed, and equal sign, and then 90. Okay, now this is workable. This is workable. So let's do a hot minus 10 to both sides. Cross that out. Let's do 10b equals 90 minus 10, which is 80. And then let's go ahead and divide both sides by 10 because that's the opposite of multiplying 10. And we get b equals 8. All right. Okie doke, smokes. There you go. That's multi-step equations in a nutshell. If you've had equations that had fractions in it, decimals in it, that is a different topic. It's not a different topic, but it's a topic that I'm not covering in this video. I want you to concentrate solely on the technique here. I don't need you distracted with negative numbers, fractions, decimals. Those are separate skills. You need those skills here, but they're separate skills we can go over in a different video or at a different time, or right here in this room. So come on and see us if you need it. And remember, we come by PE. Get a pass from your elective teacher, or get a pass from a core teacher. Happy to help you. All right, besides that, great job. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is good work. That's where the confidence comes from. I guess that's it.